Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Diablo 3. In the last episode we made it just past Garrigan level 400, which is great for us. That's halfway towards the 800 that I'm hoping I'll be able to hit this season. We also killed off Iswal, which is good. Ticked off another box from our season journey. And more importantly, we picked up 5 Great Rift Keystones. Now you may wonder why I have the Incense Torch of Grand Temple over here. Speaking about the Wave of Light build, this is going to potentially be part of that if we decide to do any experimentation with it. So we are going to put this in the cube. Let's get that power extracted right now. And that also ticks off number 4 out of 8 bits of our season journey for extracting 20 legendary powers. So very, very happy getting that done as well. And it was a pretty easy decision to make once I actually took a bit of time to look through and see what we had available here. So I've just rejigged things a tiny amount. I should probably go through these at some point and see if there's any others that I really want to put in there. But mostly I'm thinking that these could just end up getting salvaged up and give us those extra resources. But that's not urgent. That can definitely get salvaged up because we've already done that one. See, and this is what I mean. It's taking the time to double check things, make sure we don't have any duplicates and things like that. I think overall this is actually quite happy now. Seeing as I'm here, we'll do that right. This can go in there, and it's a little bit better organised. Right, we'll get this salvaged up, and then we'll jump in with a Greater Rift. Once again, you don't need to be seeing all of these logistics. Okay. Now, when we were doing Greater Rifts before, we were pushing things as much as we could. In that we'd gone up to, I think it was level 64. I'm not looking to run quite at that level. I think we're going to run at 62. We've got quite a bit of money, so I'm okay empowering it. And we'll try and get some good experience gains as well. But really, we're just looking to push these. In fact, because we're just looking to push these gems up a bit. No, we'll keep it on 62. We'll keep it on 62, and hopefully it won't be terrifying. But it will require a lot of concentration, as always in these situations. Right, there is a nice yellow mob over here. We don't want to be right in the middle of all that. That is asking for a whole world of trouble. Hello. So, we know that he's got Vortex. Let's pop our invincibility so we don't get frozen. And same again. Trying to just keep on top of this. We are falling behind with the time. This is not great for us, actually. And he is running away. Alright, can we get him knocked out now, please? Because he is starting to take way too much time. Alright, that took more time than I would have liked, but we're doing alright. Get a large group thinned out. Now these guys are, of course, massive summoners, so we don't want to be just sticking around fighting everything that they're pulling out of their back pockets. But we are a little bit ahead of time, so I'm not completely worried about what's going on with this rift at the moment. Not liking the number of Frozens there are in here. Gotta be honest about that. Come on. Thin them down. It's just too many mobs. think once we get these done, though, we'll be in a very good place. Massive damage. I mean, at least they're thematic. They're bright blue, frozen teleporters. Ah, invulnerability didn't last quite long enough. Right, that's all of them gone. Jeez, we are still not doing brilliantly on time. But there was a lot of things to fight there. Right into the middle of the next group. And we want to keep them thinned out. Oh, jeez, I do not want that thing underneath me. That is asking for all kinds of trouble. Thankfully, these guys seem to have a lot less health than the previous batch. Let's pop in vulnerability and let's just step out of that for a moment. Gone. Right. Yeah, if we don't get a pylon to help us, we're going to struggle quite a bit. This is not the way we want to go. And I'm also running low on our dashing strikes for mobility. Right, Avenger, Waller, Knockback, Teleporter. The Knockback's going to be annoying, but it won't kill us. The Giant Hammers might. But what we really want to be doing is focusing on one at a time. Try and get them all taken down. Good job. That Waller thing is right in the way. Okay, tiny bit ahead of time. That is not brilliant. Really, we want more than that. Let's keep moving. I'll grab shield pylon. Come on, give me the pylon. There we go. And what have we got down here? Yeah, cool. Right, more big guys. With the shield pylon, we don't need to worry about moving out of the area. We just need to worry about focusing our damage. And that is focus damage. That was truly excellent. Nice big pop. Who are we moving for next? See the timer creeping up there. Let's push on to the next area. I really want to find a decent pylon. Or someone worthwhile to kill. Right, these guys will have to do. Shielding is not going to help things, but I think we should be alright. in taking them out. Right, more damage. Don't care so much about the minions, just care about the big guys. Cool, one down. Come on, just get him gone. Desecrated wormhole, Juggernaut. That Juggernaut is annoying. Means we're not able to stop his movement or anything. Cool. Right, give me all of these. A strong fight, but I think that's given us enough time to do something good with what's left. That is a lot of damage coming in there. Alright, looks like we've got a yellow mob that we can fight over here. No, we need to be out of that. That is just too much in too short a space of time. Alright, let's back away quite a bit. It's those constant meteors that seem to be really hitting us. But everything is painful in there. Still, we've got the time. We don't need to rush it. Right, I'll grab all of these. Pwah! 2 big packs and we are, well, less worried about time now. What have we got over here? Speed pylon, alright. Speed pylon, as we've seen, is great. Makes a big difference to our general killing ability. Oh, I popped our Serenity right in the middle of that. Timed it just for the meteor landing. But it also meant we didn't get hit by the Hammerlord. Just swinging his big fist down. Come on, everyone, come in close. And your shielding vanished and then you put it back on. That's totally cheating. Let's pop our invincibility so we don't get frozen. There we go. Right. Big fight begins. I think this is not going to be a problem. And gone. Whew. So, I mean, obviously we're not massively pushing how far we're going through the rift. But at the same time, it is still challenging at this level, and we do need to pay attention to things rather than just running in recklessly. Doesn't look like we got anything really that interesting out of that. Let's head back to town, and we'll hand it in, and then I'll just assign our levels. Yeah, I've still gained 7 levels from it, so not a bad thing. I think we'll go for critical hit chance now, and then critical hit damage later. Plus to life at this point, and over here, area damage. Resource cost reduction doesn't really affect us, so that's going to be the last thing we do. But the other bits are all worthwhile. Right, so Mantle of the Upside Down Dude. We've already got one. So that can be a spare. That can go. That can go. That can go. And that can go. Right, the rest will get salvaged up. And a quarter of the Sherman. We've already got a quarter of the Sherman. So don't care. Gone, 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 and gone. Save our blood shards for the moment, and we'll just jump into another Greater Rift. Still got enough money to empower it, so no reason not to. Not seen anything interesting yet. Still not looking great as far as rifts go. Ah, hello. Let's pop our invincibility to try and avoid as much of that as possible. $14 mobs close by. That's a lot of damage coming in on everything. And that is a lot of... Man, my health is going up and down all over the place. You... are becoming a problem. Just die already. Thank you. Right, we don't care about the rest, so they can just stay behind. Apparently these guys care about us, though. They're just like, oh, I see you. Let me just grab you and drag you in. This guy is going down pretty well, though. Just a shame there's so many of them. This is not the super efficient killing that we would hope for, but it's still going alright. The teleporting is annoying. Teleporting and Vortex together is not a great thing to see. Teleporting fine, they're moving away. Vortex, it's annoying, but you know, you can kind of get past it. Both together, they're moving themselves, they're moving you. They're basically in control of where the battle's taking place. Yeah, only just made it back up to time. We need something more. Ah, these guys are going to be a pain in the proverbial. And that's why. Two at the same time is a bit much. But gone. So don't care. I mean, do care because still low on time, of course, but right, I think we're gonna have to go down and round. helps to activate the allies because while it's on the cold thing, we do get that extra damage bonus. As fun as it is fighting them, that's not going to progress us through this rift at a reasonable pace. We need a pylon. A nice pylon or some decent mobs to take out. Yeah, that was a lot of... Oh my god, stop with the beams. The beams of, like, pure pain. Yeah, it's just too much pain in too short a space of time. And they are dying at least, so there is that, but not without a lot of fighting. Whew. That did get us above the time limit. So we're in a much better place than we were a couple of moments ago. Ah, well, that pylon would have been great to find just a couple of minutes ago. Let's just keep pushing on. We'll try and put it to good use. Find a nice cluster of things, or make a nice cluster of things, actually. I see these guys down here. There's actually a lot of pain coming in. The poison from their deaths is huge. Come on, keep pummeling them down. I don't want to be standing in poison all day. Right, last one, gone. Whew. Talk about taking the fight to the enemy. Let's leave before all that poison hits. And start fighting the next big batch. Shield pylon, that'll definitely help. Never turn down a shield pylon. Yeah, these packs that I'm facing, they do give a reasonable amount of progression. So it's not a bad idea to stop and fight them when you've got a good cluster. And certainly while we've got the shield pylon, there's no reason to ignore them. Right. I just wish I could direct what the allies were attacking specifically and say, you know, it'd be really great for your focus to be on these guys. And then I can handle the rest with the like area damage and stuff. Alright, gone. And straight into the next ones. Good, good, good. And we don't have our invincibility anymore, so we've got to pay attention to all of the area we're engaging in. He says immediately stepping into a giant cloud of pain. Right, sorry, focus needs to be on you, spider. That is where all of our progression is going to come from. Cool. And then we'll kill these guys as a casual afterthought. Just like that. Impossible, eh? Well, with the channeling pylon, nothing is impossible. Channeling pylon's really going to give us a lot of progression very quickly because we can just keep pumping our allies, progressing quickly with dashing strike and all the other fun things. It's just run out. Just that moment. That's okay. We'll move on to the next area and find someone interesting to kill. And these guys are interesting. Ow! Let's back off for a moment, just to wait for our cooldowns. We've got time to be able to do these fights separately, so there's no need for us to worry. But what I do want is I want our allies back before we go in. Damn it, I used both of my dashing strikes in there. Because that ground desecrator is pretty nasty. Right. Thinning them down. This is how we want to do it. All that progression, and we'll just move on and ignore 96%. It won't take us long to hit the next big thing. He says, just as the next big thing tries to hit him. %. It does still take a while, though. All things said, I would rather these guys were dead. Just popping my invincibility just as the meteors are about to land. Wah! Okay. Still got plenty of time. Come fight. Don't make me run around there. Oh, fine. We'll do it in your turf. Plenty of time left. Not going to be setting any records, but we're also not really in danger of dying. Stand back out the way of that for a moment. Rings galore. Rings, braces, amulets, helms, fist weapon, and bits and bobs. Okay, right, so this is up to 45, and then we're going to start putting everything in the Gogok of Swiftness. Now, Gogok, of course, is going to improve our dodge, which is going to make us more survivable, yada yada yada. That's not a bad haul, all things considered.
I need to go back.
1, 2, 3, first of all. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 more levels. Okay, let's get these bits and bobs IDing while I try and kill the moth that's flying around. No, can't see it. Flew in front of me and then it went. Oh no, there it is. An ancient spirit guards. Now that is going to be pretty cool. An ancient puzzle ring. That's funny. So we could go to Greed's Vault. Might do that, actually. Spirit generators generate 41% more spirit. Don't care about that. Do I already have one of these, though? Yes. So, salvage. Definitely salvage Rogars. I'm sure I've got a spare Rogars somewhere. Or maybe I don't. Okay, well, we'll hold on to that. Salvage. Necromancer's gold skin, salvage. Gold wrap, salvage. And Shenlong's relentless assault, I'm pretty certain we've already got. Ah, no, this is the counterpart. Okay. Sorry, 65 spirit is drained every second until you run out of spirit. It's an interesting one. I'd have to try that out at some point. But yeah, let's do some salvaging and then we'll go fight Greed. And actually, while I think about it, let's ask for some boots. Because if we can get another Crudis boots or an ancient Crudis boots, then we'll be in a good position. No.
That will look nice on you.
Well, we got new ice climbers. So it wasn't a complete waste, but certainly nothing really to write home about. Let's salvage all the rest of these up. Now we can, of course, try and directly upgrade items to get an ancient thing. That's another way of doing it. But generally speaking, I'm not sure how we're going to end up spending our resources. There's a lot of different options. In fact, seeing as we're on Torment 12, let's put it up to Torment 13 before we go and fight Greed. And we will... Did I get it? Ah, I missed it. And we will try and get more loot that way. Right, so game settings. Ba-da. And let's hop on in. And we'll do this quickly. This will be the last thing we do this episode. Now, I could, of course, switch up my gear so that we have, in fact... Yeah, Gold Finder is at max anyway. That's good enough for me. And if nothing else, this is going to give us money to empower more rifts next time. Plus, who doesn't love killing goblins? And there will be plenty of goblins in here. Treasure goblin down! We got all the gold from down here. Yes, we do. Now, one of the things that I want to start thinking about is which conquest we're going to attempt to do. There's a whole bunch, but I'm going to read through them and see what's going to be most practical for our build. We don't need to do anything super crazy, but at the same time, we should be able to find something that's that's doable without it being like too easy. You know, conquests are supposed to be challenging. It could be we end up just like pushing, and eventually just reaching a high enough level in the rifts. But that'll take us a lot longer than potentially some of the other ones. All the gold. All the gold. Gilded Barons are awesome. And we're already up to 119 million gold. Who is in this one? It's an insufferable miscreant. Alright. Well, they won't last too long. A source? Not exactly something we're going to use with this character. Chantotto's orb, brilliant. Oh jeez, and we got Halcyon's Ascent as well. I mean, that's not helpful for us at all. But I mean, it's it's a forgotten soul, so I'm not going to complain. And also, we've already got all the kit that we want. Other than stuff being upgraded to Ancient, which would be cool. There's not a huge amount extra that we need at the moment. So, tons and tons of gems, tons and tons of cash. And we'll probably get a couple of pants items from Greed herself. As long as we don't die. We definitely don't want to die. That's something we should avoid at all costs. So, hello lady, what have we got? Let's not be in the way of that. And we should be fine, like, face tanking these. I don't care so much about the treasure fiends. We just want to make sure we don't get hit by any of her big hits. But if we can kill them, it's extra death breaths, so... How are we doing? Yeah, she's got loads of health. But this is a great place to fight her. She is not a particularly smart cookie. Okay, all the damage because the Convention of Elements is round. That triggered our death, actually. That's not great. So I kind of want to stay back just a little bit. Just to keep the extra damage reduction up. It won't be for much longer. And then we'll be able to re-engage her. And this is just precautionary, of course. Because she does do a lot of damage with all of those things. So as long as I keep each of the parts up. There we go. Charges straight into the thing again. Let's get her stunned. Finally! That was a lot of bad timing on my part for when to activate the allies, but overall it wasn't terrible for us. An amulet and some pants. Well, what an anticlimactic end that is going to be. Oh, actually, that looks like an interesting one. Don't know about those. Let's have a look. Yeah, so the Talisman of Paranok. I think I've already got one of these, actually. No, I don't. And he's not there. Maybe... No, not yet. So, you can have that. Halcyon's Ascent we may as well hold on to. And the Hexing Pants of Mr. Yan. Resource generation we don't really care about. All the rest I'm going to salvage up. But you don't need to be watching specifically while I go through and organise my inventory. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this. A couple of runs through the Greater Rifts and then a quick run on Greed, of course. If you are enjoying these videos, be sure to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you should do so, and you'll be told when episodes go live in the future. Otherwise, I will see you next time for another episode of Diablo 3. See you soon.